So after completing my biogas generator project, I'd just like to talk about the challenges I've had making this project, well, like during the process of this project, and basically materials right there. And also supposed to be a 1/4 inch and it's supposed to be barb fittings inside here. Like they're supposed to connect the ball valve. It would like burn a lot, which you don't want. You would want only a little bit to burn, right? Because you want to conserve energy. And what I did to the barb down as narrow as possible, and I put them inside the ball valve, right? So what I learned from this project was that basically everything takes time. You can't just rush one thing or procrastinate something and expect for a good result. So basically what I mean by this is like how this related to my project was that basically what I was supposed to do, I was supposed to put manure and water to create a slurry level which would create biogas within a long period of time. It was supposed to be about 1 month or like 4 weeks or 3 weeks. But what I did, I put the manure 5 days before the actual presentation, hoping that it'd work, right? Because I was basically that it didn't work because the manure takes about a month for it to actually form, because like in my project only the 35% of the carbon dioxide form and not the project. How this is beneficial compared to other sources of energy is because from the generator it only has probably give or take 4 or 5 items needed. So you can see there's a balloon that's needed to store all the methane gas, there's the copper tubing, there's vinyl tubing, T adapters, cork, there's this bottle, and there's a ball valve, so basically these materials are easily accessible from any hardware store. A biogas generator is not that big compared to other sources. It doesn't take that much energy and it doesn't take that much space. And also biogas, it reduces the expenses due to cooking fuel and like coal and fossil fuels. It saves you about 80% of your expenses from that. And also, since it converts your organic household waste to manure, it's a renewable source, and all the material, as I said, all the materials are easily accessible and they're very cheap. And also, it helps the environment because on average, each family that uses biogas reduces their use of firewood and charcoal by about 60%, and deforestation, and lowers greenhouse gases. Your household waste, because you can turn any waste from your house into nice electricity. You can produce your own organic fertilizer by this manure which is inside the tank right here. Also, this is a renewable resource, so basically when you use this and it won't run out till a certain period of time. Course of electricity, because this tank load, it acts as a cell, because this is where all the power is sourced to power all the methane to go through the system. So all the manure and the water is over here. And also these vinyl tubings would be the connecting wires where all the supposedly electrons would pass. This ball valve, it would be the switch, because see, you could turn it on and you can turn it off, right? And over here would be a Bunsen burner, which would act as the load, which converts a certain source of energy, such as mechanical kinetic energy, into other forms of energy, right? And also there are T connectors and ball valves in here. This acts as sort of a resistor because it slows down the flow of the biogas through the system. Otherwise, the system would overload and the Bunsen burner would have way too much energy than it actually needs. So, and also how it is related, because the biogas, it sort of acts as the electrons of the system, because it gives the power to the load. And also the balloon would represent the sort of coulombs in the system, because this is where all the energy is packed when it comes from the source. It packs over here, and a group of electrons is called a coulomb. Schematic diagram of what my biogas generator would look like. Over here is the 18-liter water bottle tank, right? That's the cell or the source. and over here is a resistor, which would be the barred fitting and the T connectors. Over here is a ball valve. I know that's supposed to be open, right? It's supposed to be closed like that, so the biogas can pass. But yeah, this is a ball valve. That's these tubing, the connecting wires are vinyl tubing and copper tubing. And this load, it looks like a lamp. Yeah, it's a load. It represents the Bunsen burner. And yeah, that's a schematic diagram, and that's how it relates to electricity. Product or a biogas generator relates to the real life is because, first of all, it uses science, anaerobic digestion, which means that bacteria in the biogas generator in conditions without oxygen eat up organic matter and it produces biogas. And in society, it's basically built in places such as farms, local farms, developing countries such as India. Because of farmers, they have a lot of livestock, and they farm animals, a biodiverse amount of farm animals, so they have enough waste to deal with, so they can use that for biogas. And also, there's one being built in Orangevale right now. And also, how it relates to technology too is that but new technology is being made to produce the methane gas faster and to make the biogas generator take up less space. Also, it prevents pollution, such as air and land pollution, and it prevents toxins from going in the air because less waste is produced.